everybody, welcome back. Psychedelic here. Back once again to share all my LP finds since February, ever since I've dropped off the planet. Got a lot to share, as you can see back here, behind Mr. Terry Knight. Got all those to share yet, plus whatever else I've been buying online. So, picked up one on eBay just today, actually. I made an offer on something and kind of been laying off of eBay lately. I just can never find any scores, and I don't think I've ever purchased anything since like April, so that says something for me. But anyways, nothing crazy in this bunch. Just got a lot of cheapies, cheap heat you could say. And then I got 3 LPs here I found from 2 different garage sales, so I'm gonna kind of dip into those just a little bit. Not gonna go too in depth this time around, I don't think, but we shall see. So let's dig in. So picked up these 2 here from Grapefruit out in Omaha. I think this is the only 2 I purchased from there that day. I think this was back in like mid-February, I want to say. And I had never seen this record before, and so I just decided to pick it up. This is Repairs, self-titled sophomore LP. This is a group from Connecticut. These were like university students. I don't know if they were all going for like any music degree or whatnot, but somehow they all assembled together and kind of made this collaboration. I think they made 3 LPs in total. I hadn't heard the other ones yet, but I guess according to the main guy here, where's his name? Jim Honeycutt? Yeah, I think that's who it is. He's got a YouTube page here, and he kind of goes in depth on like a little bit of the backstory on this LP, and he claims to be this is like their most sophisticated, classy effort, and I can definitely tell. I mean, I haven't heard the other ones, but this one's definitely got some things going for it. It kind of takes a little bit to figure out like which direction they want to go in. I don't know if it's like me as a listener trying to figure it out, or if they seem to know what they're doing, but it definitely doesn't have like that commercial hit appeal. It's not going to have like a lot of memorable tracks right off the bat. But the more in depth you listen to this, I've given this like, 5 or 6 spins since I've had it. And they got a lot of depth here, but it definitely has a lot to, kind of discern and figure out where they're kind of leading towards. A lot of progressive movements. Got like kind of this folk rock thing going on. Not so much rock, but definitely in that kind of hooky, kind of pop realm. But they do experiment a little bit on some tracks. The track Preacher is definitely a standout on here. And the way they work these tracks is just, they're all over the map. It's on the Mo West label. Had some interesting records on there. A lot of, kind of jazz rock type material. I wouldn't say this is very jazzy, but a lot of piano backdrops, and they're just not one. You can't really put them in one box. I mean, they're really just a really diverse map of styles on here. So definitely worth checking out. And this is definitely one that's you can find for like $10 easily. This was like around the $5 mark. So I think the only other record I had on Mo West was that album called Odyssey. Found that in a thrift store. That thing pulls for some good money. My college buddy has that one right now, but I kind of lent it to him. Wasn't in the greatest shape, but still kind of a cool item to come out with, So, yeah, it says on here, country rock with little sprinkles of psych. But it's a little misleading probably, but I don't hear any psychedelic flourishes. But as we all know, I've been critiqued on it. Everybody's been critiqued on like what is psychedelia, it's very subjective. So for me, it's not so much, but it's kind of a post-psychedelic sound, you could say. It's still kind of got that kind of communal magic to it, like a lot of university students getting together and kind of just vibing off of each other. So I've uploaded a few tracks on my other channel. If you guys are subscribed to that, Cosmic Minds. So, and apparently they have a, one of those topic playlists, you know, where they publish music automatically from YouTube, and I had no idea. I couldn't find it. Got a copyright claim, but it still passes through, so that's good. This is one I still need to sink into a little bit. I mean, I've listened to it plenty of times, but the song, again, this is one of those cases, the songs don't really latch on with you as quickly as, you know, me being kind of I love catchy hooks and stuff, and sometimes these progressive folk rock things need a little more time with, but picked this up the same day. This is a reissue of Northwind's album. This is Sister, Brother, Lover. This is a band, I think they're based out of Scotland. It's a Scottish group, but they recorded this around the UK, different studios in London, like Chelsea and surrounding areas. This comes with a nice insert here. I think I've only read through it once since I got it, but some photographs for you. And yeah, I think it's like a Q&A, or no, that's lyrics inside. Yeah, so right off the bat, it may not rock your socks off, as they say, but it's definitely got some good movements on here. Very talented, very tight group. Kind of in the same vein as like Wishbone Ash, they get a lot of comparisons to, and Steel Eye Span, kind of in that region, but I'm not too big on those bands, but I probably prefer this. I used to have Wishbone Ash, but yeah, got plenty of songs on here, 11 tracks. You know, even if you love like Fairport Convention, that whole school of thought with, you know, your kind of contemporary folk rock leanings, but this is a little more progressive, I would say. It's worth checking out. This is on the Zonophone label. I think it's a exact replica of the label, if I'm not mistaken. On black vinyl. I think there is a colored variation. Got a great deal on this. It was like 15 bucks in the shop, which for reissues these days, I'll take anything for 15, man. That's a great price instead of like double that. But yeah, I think this is an old reissue too. I think it came out maybe in 18 or 2018, around there maybe. But pretty good stuff. Not too much to rave about this one. I mean, I'd say the second half kind of grew on me more than the first half, but it does rock out in some spots. There is a lot of piano on here, but again, it's pretty tastefully done. It's kind of one to sink into a little bit. I still got to kind of settle in a little more into this one, but I do like this. Same goes as this one. This is another one that's also kind of a mixed bag of things. This is a solo artist. Got this one for like 10 bucks on eBay. Made an offer. This is The Wheel by Bernie Schwartz. He was a member of the Comfortable Chair, based out of the LA area, or California at least. I used to have that record too. It's a good record. I just, you know, you get in those moods of desperation where you just kind of have to toss away some good records for other records, you know, but it'll probably come back someday if I find it cheap. But yeah, Bernie Schwartz, he's got a few members in here worth noting. He's got I think it's Bill Lincoln and Hamilton Watt Jr. from Euphoria, the band on Capitol Records, backing him up on this. And you can definitely tell it's got that kind of scorching fuzz tone on here, and it's kind of got the similar drumming as well, but the drummer on this is actually Kevin Kelly, who would later be the drummer for the Byrds in their late period of the Sweetheart of the Rodeo era. This is on a sub-label of MGM. This is on Cobert label. I think it only had like maybe 2 or 3 releases, and that was it. So you kind of see this out in the wild for cheap, you know. You can find this for like $5-10 bucks, or at least you used to be able to. I think it's gone up in price a little bit, but it's got a few covers on here. They do things in a lot of like that kind of folk rock light as well, very West Coast flavored. Where Can I Hide's a great opening track. He does Round and Round by Neil Young, Follow Me, Sunshine Woman. It's got a couple great scorching fuzz licks on here as well, or at least like solo work. But the track that's really on loop for me is Think It's Gonna Rain Today. Definitely the key highlight for me, at least. So yeah, it's got some rural acoustic ballad stuff going on, but done pretty well. This one rates just above average for me. It's not one I'm going to spin all the time, but definitely one, again, to take your time with. It kind of creeps up on you. Just like this fellow might creep up on you down the road, a big stash. You never know these days. Yeah, looks like it's autographed by him on the back, but I don't think that's his signature. It's a very ugly signature if it is. But yeah, pretty cool record overall. So definitely want to scout out, and definitely worth investigating. Show the label here. Cobert Records. Got to get a new sleeve for this, but yeah, record's about BG. I paid cheap for this, so not too concerned about taking care of it as much. Okay, the next one, this is one that I picked up at that event center, at that place I told you where I got the Manpower record, except this was in a different vendor. He had this one and John McLaughlin's other album, which I've traded off already, but this person also had like Frank Zappa records. They were too poor of condition, but I still hung up the covers on my wall, or one in my bathroom at least, the Freak Out album. They're like $1 a piece, and as well as this one. But this one's pretty cheap already, and this is John McLaughlin Devotion. This is one I just picked up on. There we go, Derek. Yeah, but it's kind of weird design though. It's like you read it this way, image is that way, and you take it out of the sleeve like this, out the opposite end. It's in pretty decent shape, and honestly, I've only gave this one spotty listen. I gave it a few listens online in the past, but the one listen that I did give of this one, this is a keeper for sure. So not too big into like, what's their name? Mahavishnu Orchestra. Not really into that style, but I can appreciate it. I know there's a lot of fan base around it, but I do like that kind of spiritual, kind of ascetic rock vibe it gives off. It's almost like it's just a continuous kind of jamming along in this sort of kind of jazzy acid rock vein. So definitely really enjoyed this. Got Buddy Miles from Omaha in here, Larry Young, Billy Rich. Got kind of an all-star cast on the back. So yeah, not much to say. Gotta give this another listen, but did enjoy this very much. Okay, and then this is the last one of my pickups anyway. My personal pickups. This is one that was in the shop here in Lincoln for a long time, and I always run across this record for cheap, but the condition's always like undervalued or the price is too high. It's never right in the middle where I want it, except this time it was, and made him an offer too for $10. So this is the Everly Brothers Sing. This is on Warner Brothers. I know what you're thinking. Everly Brothers? What? Those dudes that were born in Tennessee? I think they were, at least, right? I think they're born in Tennessee and they like moved around all their life, but yeah, I do love the Everly Brothers, man. I may not collect them, but this one is definitely a keeper. This has got those two guys kind of dipping their toes into the light and flowery pop psych stuff on this one. This came out in '67. I think Bowling Green, the opening track, was kind of a minor hit for him around this time. It's not too bad of a slice of pop. Definitely got those close harmonies working for him. But the highlights for me are right in the middle of the album. Talking to the Flowers, Mary Jane, I'm Finding It Rough. It's got some nice fuzz breaks on here. And kind of upbeat, kind of trippy in some spots. And like I said, it's got that kind of flowery, very light, feathery vocal delivery that I love in like those pop psych tracks. Really work well on here, and I love their harmonies to begin with. Overall, this is kind of a stunner. If you can still find it for $10 or so, I I recommend it. Again, probably not one of those records I'm going to listen to a whole lot, but definitely appreciate it. It's on the Warner label, the gold label. Nice clean copy. And yeah, I'm glad to scoop this one up finally. It's been on my want list forever. It just, like I said, it's kind of difficult finding the right copy. So, love it. Okay, and then I got 3 more here. These are the ones from the garage sale I still have. So, yeah, these 2 are from one garage sale, and then the other one, the first one I went to, had a lot more like classic rock titles, a lot of typical stuff, but a lot of it unfortunately was not in the greatest shape, but they're only asking like $5 a piece for them. So this is definitely one piece that I'm still trying to sell on my own, but Fleetwood Mac Rumors, still got price tags on them. How often do you see that, right? The disc is like VG Plus, not near mint, but a very nice copy. Very nice, and it's got lyric. It's got the insert. Oh, well, is it a lyric insert? Yeah. It's all in really nice shape for $5. Hell yeah! So it's the last time you'll see them in a video of mine. No, if you guys like Fleetwood Mac, that's all cool. I'm just sharing these things. So the other one got better scores at. Unfortunately, again, some of these records were pretty dusty. There was one I wanted to pick up was a Neil Young, but it was in too poor shape to even pick up. But I found this one. So lately I've been picking up on this guy's records. They've been dropping in the shops lately, and found this one at the garage sale. It's in the Shrink Yet, and this is Michael Hurley with the Unholy Modal Rounders, Jeffrey Fredericks, and the Clamptones. Have Mercy. And some of you guys probably know this guy, and I'm kind of getting turned on to him too. Very good record, actually. It's not something that's in my style, but this is definitely, if you love that Americana kind of sounding rural rock, folk rock, yeah, it's definitely one to pick up on. He's got a more famous record, I think, before this one. Came out in like '76. He made one with Warner Brothers, which is also pretty collectible. I think on average this goes for like 50 and up, so couldn't back down on that. And it's probably one of my favorite record labels I've ever seen. The big old burger on it, Rounder Records. Love it. And then this is a local one. I think I've seen this one before in the shops. Not real sure, but it doesn't really have a value tag to it, at least that I know, that I'm aware of. But this is John Walker, the Dr. Smooth Country Blues. It's kind of like a private press thing. Lincoln artist, signed on the back. Yeah, based out of Lincoln, recorded in Lincoln. And this is pretty much pretty common, straightforward, like country blues. What else would you expect, you know? But I am going to upload, I think, a couple tracks onto my other channel. So that's in the works. Got a shot label there. Disc is pretty clean. We'll see if I can sell this on Discogs perhaps or something, but I'm not sure what to put on it. Maybe $10. I'm definitely pretty content with letting it go for that price. But anyways, those are the finds. So at the other garage sale though, I found like Fleetwood Mac. I took an AC/DC home, one of their 80s records. I forget what the other ones were. Van Halen maybe? Pretty typical artists, but they sell. So figured I'd give it to the shop and got some good trade out of it. Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed the finds. Still kept you around the 20-minute mark, which is good. I think, yeah, that was a good idea for not going for the live stream, sharing all those records. Just kind of do the 20-minute routine, and I think everybody kind of likes that that format. So, anyways, hope you guys are doing well. It's been pretty nice weather here, actually. You know, for June. I mean, we've had our hot days, but the mornings have been really nice. I mean, they've been nice and breezy, and you can actually breathe outside. It doesn't feel like global warming's here to attack us or anything. So it's feeling good so far. So got a few things planned, for July. I might take another road trip to Lawrence, Kansas. That's in the works. So if there's any fellow viewers out there that want to make a meetup happen, I'm down, I guess. I don't know if there's anybody in the Lawrence, Kansas area, but I might also hike on down to Kansas City as well. So I'm going to try to make it happen. So anyways, guys, take care, and we shall see you very soon.